Hi guys, Ralph here. Right, a while ago I did a video on the Master System System 2 Power Base, whatever I want to call this, Master System 2. It was a mod that somebody had already done, and I just redid everything and then made it a bit better. But it's obviously somebody's rushed through it, just a lot of wire, and I've just tied up all the cables, but I never felt like I was too happy about it. So, with that in mind, this is another Master System 2. However, this is the start of a new project, which I'll do whenever, if ever I can be bothered to faff around with it. Bought this on eBay, £10. Unknown if it works or not, so we'll have to test if this works. It's got the RF out, AC adapter. I've got one behind in the boxes. Model 3006 05A, whatever that means. Good. So, cartridge slot goes in there. It's a little bit dusty, a little bit messy. We have to get into cleaning this pretty soon. However, I want to do a comparison. I've seen inside one of these, and we will strip this down. But I've always wanted that. The Mark 1. So I went out and bought one. £20. Now the comparison with these is like, it's like having a Master System and a Mega Drive. They're completely different. They're completely different shape. They've got different stuff on them. I mean, for one, cartridge slot. This is how they used to be, but they went from that to an open shut door. And then for the Mega Drive, just went... Did they go back to a slot? Hang on, I've got a Mega Drive over here. Yes, it was a double slot, which is kind of going back to a slot again. It's quite odd that they go back a step, but still quite nice. But also, on the Master System Power Base, the Mark 1, there's no... There's the cartridge slot to play cartridge games. Where is it? You downgraded... Which is what weirds me out a little bit. You downgrade a system for the newer version. So why would people buy that one when you've got this? But also, you've got an RF out and your AV out. Where's your AV out on this? So I've not really got to mod this at all to put the AV mod on it, because I can just use a cable. So, but it's oddities that you get. Stripped down, well, cheapness of it. It's a similar sort of thing with the PS3. The first models came out, they were backwards compatible for the PS2. Everything's backwards compatible to PS1, which is fine, which is great. But why would you remove stuff to make a second version? You'd upgrade it, which I don't think was the 80s way. I think it is downgrade. You've got a power button on the front, push in, push out. You've got a switch. You've still got the pause button, pause. But you've got a reset on here. And this kind of always weirded me out. It looked like it was some sort of diagram circuit board. It looks really funky, but does absolutely nothing apart from, I guess, the light will light up there for the power on. And there is no power light on the Master System 2. It's the same width, but it's a lot smaller. It's kind of, I say it's the same depth. Yeah, almost the same depth with the angle of this coming out. Two controls on the front. Now, before I go anywhere, there's a pin bent in controller 1, so I will be careful with that one. I mean, it is a card input. I don't have any cards. They are quite rare and quite expensive, and I can't get them. But it's nice to get a reset button without going off and on again. And a pause button. It's odd having a pause button on a system. 2600 I used to have, they don't have pause buttons. You can actually now upgrade those to get a pause button on them, so you can plod along. Oh, I need to go and do something else. Pause, off you go. Which, it's innovative. But it's just kind of, I don't know. Would have been nice to have one of those back in the day. Now, for restoring these, yes, it's not in a bad condition, the Mark 1, which is a 3005 05B. Just compare that to that one. 2006 05A. Okay, that means everything to somebody, I'm sure. That takes more power, apparently. All made in China. So I'm going to strip these down. On the side we've got just trim pieces which or oddball, do nothing. But I've actually got a slot on here for... That looks like it would break off, would lead you with some sort of edge connector there to upgrade something with, which I'm also guessing that this would sit on some other device where you've got these sliding bits here. Everything will go down, you'd slide everything back, so you would need to remove that. So that's nice that that's still intact, but what you do, you'd add on that, I'll have a look into that. So, stripping down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws, and why there's a hole there, I don't know. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws on this one. So let me get these stripped down. We'll have a direct comparison between Mark 1 and Mark 2, see what's different on the internals on this. Yeah, give me a second on this. Okay, time for the big reveal. Screws are out. There are only 5 in this one. I'll find a 6th one eventually for this one anyway. So obviously just either somebody's been in this before or it's just dropped out over time. There's no plastics film over the top of all the plastics on here, either in that one. Both need a damn good clean anyway, but they're perfectly fine for what I need. Right, so... Okay. Simple plastics, everything's on one board. So let's get rid of this for a time being. Master System 2. Up. That's but a lot more, yeah. So what gets me with these is that it never really seems to shut properly. I wonder if it's just plastic that's worn, or whether or not I could do something with that. Or whether or not somebody else has already done something with that. Doesn't look like it's ever been broken, so that's good news. Just goes over the circle there and it goes into it, but is split there for reason. So, yeah. I'll make sure that's in the right position for the switch when I turn it, put it back in place. So, side by side, I need to set this off. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to remove the shield. I don't need to remove that, although I might do. It doesn't look in bad condition, this, does it, for the age of it? I'm really quite impressed with that. I'm going to give these two a good blowout, remove that heat shield. I think that's just there. Just size-wise on the board, it is similar to a lot of them, especially with the Mega Drive. I think it just shrunk down the board. But right, I'll give these a clean out, remove that shield. Give me a few minutes, and I'll get on with it. A blowout done. This one's actually not too bad. All cleaned out inside the connector. Heat shield off. It's not particularly good heat shield. Could do a bit of a clean, but that'll be for another time, I think. Anyway, it's not too bad. He just wants a bit of a, yeah, good, not soak or anything. But I've actually noticed there's something in the corner here. So let's get something out. Not sure if it was alive or not. Let's get something a bit. So you're always going to find things like that with old systems like this, unless you're guaranteed it's going to have been in a cupboard doing absolutely nothing, sealed in. I mean, a lot of stuff that's in here in the garage is bagged up to protect it from dust and crap. I don't want to go through this every 6 months to re-clean everything. So it goes in a bag, it's protected. If I want them out of the bag and play with them, fine, that's easy enough to do. So, Master System 1, meet Master System 2. So obvious differences. What you got on here? I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We haven't got 7 chips, that's a cartridge, 7 chips. So basically, I've got a Sanyo, I've got a Zilog chip over here, Sega, NEC. So I think these may be memory. Was this not the CPU or that CPU? One of these, the upgrade attached to down here, I think it was. And there were things that were removed. But like I say, it weirds me out a little bit. You've got this, which I can do. I can plug this straight into a video capture without any problem whatsoever. Straight into there, straight into the AV on the Elgato. Done, easy. Now, I'm wondering, because this is obviously an expansion slot for that, but it's directly straight off your cartridge slot. So what would go in here? Let's have a look. Now, going straight on the internet, let's have a look. Master System 1 expansion slot. Expansion port question. Forums. SMS power. Okay. Master System's a third generation 8-bit home video game console manufactured by... the later Master System 2 redesign removed the card slot. We know that. We can see it in front of us. Both consoles use 2 slots for game input. Where's the second one? Because that's 1, 2. Oh no, that's 1, 2. I don't use any second. One for Mega cartridges, one for Sega cartridges. What's a Mega cartridge? That's interesting. There's a lot more to these than you actually would know about. Newbie questions, yes, hello. I haven't found what the proper answer is yet. Yeah, well... nothing's ever made for it. Oh, that's clever. So this is a forum that I found from... a question was posted... 2005. What's released for the expansion port at the bottom, and nothing ever was. Okay, fine. So it could have been some sort of, I suppose, retro. If anybody wants to do a retro upgrade similar to the EverDrive cards that fit on top, but make it some sort of different based on the bottom, so they could slot everything in and then it would connect into here. That would be really funky. Maybe make it stackable like the Mega CD. Maybe that was the case of it. They had the idea of, let's do a Mega CD version of a Master System, but then went to Master System instead. So that would explain why this would fit on top of something. Or that, is it that? No, it's that way. So yeah, the expansion on the bottom of the Mega Drive, which we actually do have, it's these slots here. They would go onto and slide up against the Mega CD. So a similar sort of thing there with what you've got on here. Whereas your Master System 2 ain't got a thing. Well, that's fine. Nice Sega looking at. So, yeah, I've got the heat. Heat sink there, heat shield for the voltage regulator. Lots of nice little capacitors and gump underneath there. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you in a bit close on this and do a quick fly past of everything that's in here, if we can. There's your Untitled chip. That's your expansion port there, which they never used, and lots of empty space. So it's VA's 2, whatever that is. That's good news for me anyway. If I whenever I upgrade this, so that's fine. So I can look back at my own videos and go, I need one of those. Yeah. So sometimes these videos aren't always for you guys. They're actually for me to learn off of. I mean, in the age of LEDs, a nice 5mm one there. Yes, they have one on here, but when you get to the Master System 2, there ain't a thing. Get a bit closer because this is a lot smaller board. Made in 1992 in November. And another pass, reset button, or the pause button, sorry, over here. There is no reset on this. I mean, look at this, what version is this? It's ICBD M4 Junior PAL 2M. Does that mean anything to me? Not a thing. A bit of dirt on there. So yeah, nice little... No, they're very interesting. All the little stickers on there. There's somebody who's in G done that one, or there's that's not a G on there, by the way. There's an arrow at the end, so it's not... Oh, it is a G. Ah, so G and G did this, and Operator 12 did that. Cool. Very interesting. Caps look fine. Right, I'm going to put the top back on these and see if these things actually work. These do actually have a free game inside them. So, I don't know what they are. Are they Sonic? Are they Alex Kidd? Are they... Oh, there were a few different types, weren't there? I don't know. I don't have many Master System games anyway. Most of them are on the Mega Drive, but... And I put these together. I need to do upgrades eventually over time, but at the minute this is a comparison and see if these things work. Then we can go on from there. If we need to replace that chip or need to replace that connector, fine, we'll do this from testing. So let's get these plugged in, see if these work, and yeah, plod along with this. Right, first console, first contender is the Master System Mark 1. Now, firstly, we'll see if this works. Got a power supply in the back. I'm even using the Mega Drive AV cable. Cable. So it should actually work. I've rebent the pins inside here. Both the pin 1 and pin 5 are both bent inward, so just ease them out a little bit. Too much I'll actually break them, but I can replace the part anyway. So, no game in, so we'll see what this has got on it. If it's got Alex Kidd or Sonic on this. So power on. I haven't plugged it in. Right. Plugs in. Power on. Popped. I've got a green light. Oh, okay. I've got Hang On. I haven't played Hang On for a long time. Got original controller with this. Start. Okay. What does the second button do? That still weirds me out a little bit. You can pause something. That's really weird. On the old systems like this, you'd have thought it'd have been more widespread than just having on the Segas and then completely vanished when you get to the Mega Drives. Quite weird, really. I'm gonna try to change gear then. Ah! Up, down, right. Okay, so it's showing it on top of here then. Right, what position am I? Course 1. Ah, Crescenton last time. Haha, getting away. So this is a timed event then? Boom! That must have hurt. Right, we're going to try now some games. I've got Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. Thank you very much to Jamie at One Click Print yet again. You're an absolute lifesaver. Printed out the cases for these. These are on Universal Game cases because you just can't. You can find originals like this on eBay, but it's a nightmare. So he printed off some nice game cases. I've got loads of different cases up there that he's done me for Mega Drive, N64, PlayStation, anything and everything. But these are Universal Game cases. So let's start off with Sonic 1 for the Master System. Original cartridge, just not original. Well, it is original artwork, but it's not the original box. So in, on. Sega. That's a bit weird. Okay, why won't Sonic work? I'll try a different cartridge. Perhaps something wrong with the cartridge slots, perhaps something wrong with the cartridge, I don't know. Sega 1988. Wasn't expecting that to happen. Fully power off. Why won't the game work? Okay, so this is basically a Master System that will play Hang On. Okay, something's not right here. Probably this cartridge I've got a problem with. So Sonic 2 works. I see the lines on Sonic here, it's absolutely shockingly bad. Sure could do an upgrade. Oh. Why can I not spool up? Okay, with that working, let's try Sonic 1 again. So I'm a bit iffy whether or not why that won't work. Okay, it does work. So I'm probably guessing that the cartridge slot's not been used for that long. There's probably been something stuck inside there that I've just unwedged out. So, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and... oh, you can hear the speed on that, can't you? It's definitely a slow version. Do need to do the 50 to 60 hertz upgrade on this. Get on there. I knew that was going to happen anyway. So, let's go to the second contender, the Power Base Master System 2. Now, Master System 2. The slide open version. Right. Same joystick, same power supply, except this now got to go through the RF, which is tuning the TV into whatever signal it's kicking out. So, let's see if it works to start with. Sega symbol. Okay, so the built-in game on this one is Sonic, although I've got a Sonic. Wonder how you'd know that that actually works if you put Sonic the Hedgehog inside a Sonic the Hedgehog machine. So again, that one works. Alright. So I'll put Sonic the Hedgehog into Sonic the Hedgehog machine. There should... how do you know it works? Just mute that a second and swap out for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Oh, these are a right pain to get out because they're not tall enough to actually get the cartridge without probably straining that. Yeah, that's probably why you got problems with the door. But it always weirded me out that you can't actually close the door over it instead of keep it looking like a Sega. Oh, dumbass. Terrible graphics, absolutely terrible. It needs a decent upgrade on these to play it plays properly. I'm not sure if it's me or whether or not it's the game, but for some reason the Master System 2 does seem to me that it plays a tiny bit quicker, or is that just me being weird? I don't know. If anybody knows anything about this, if it did increase the processor speed, please put in the comment below. Or, damn. Huh. Come on. Oh no! So both work. Both actually seem to work perfectly fine. So I'm quite happy with that. So they're primed for a good clean out, a good fettle, and some upgrades. So let me get the camera back on the bench and let's get this sorted out and finished. And there we go, back onto the bench. Now, I do like both of these, and yes, they've got some restoring to be done. I mean, this one's covered spray paint all over it, but I assume I can get some of this off. Let's try now while I've got a minute. Let's see the obvious isopropanol. Again, thanks to Jamie at One Click Print. And clean hands for supplying it. Let's have a look. Let's try a little bit up here. Now I was hoping that'd come straight off. So what is this paint? Hold on. I think, yeah, that's fading. So that's going to take a bit of rubbing. It will come off. There's one there almost gone. Yeah. The isopropanol will just lightly remove crap and whatever, but it will come off. So you can see they're all the same size, and these have kind of gone a little bit lighter. So it can be done with a bit of effort and some elbow grease. Not literally, don't take grease off your elbows, but yes, some effort. But that is for me for another day, and it might actually polish up quite well as well. So being the matte crap that it is, I'll take some of this off. So that might be a nice clean one eventually. So I don't want a paint spackled Sega Master System or a Master System 2. Or something that's good, that'll fit on the shelf. So yeah, that's a quick strip down, or a long strip down should I say, of the Master System 1 and Master System 2. Play exactly the same games, we all know that. I've got other things that can play Master System games on, but it's nice to have the original hardware right in front of me and working perfect. Just need a good clean, a bit of a restore on the plastics, and then we're almost done. Then we're ready for upgrades. So that'll be another day. I've got so many things in this garage to do. It is ridiculous. I love the collecting of these old consoles. They're really good to get hands on, get to grips with. If I was back in the day, I might have had one of these, and that's it. I would never have had two. I never have been demanded of my parents to get. I would demand no, you wouldn't, because it plays the same stuff. But if that had broke, then fine. But I was at an Atari 2600, and then from there went to. I think I went to a Spectrum, and then went to the Atari ST. So I kind of went from consoles to computers, and then for after the Atari ST went back onto console with PS1. But it's good to have them. Very good to have them. This is a really good time for retro people when you want to keep and collect and get stuff that you never had before. And it's difficult but not impossible to restore these. Just a little bit of oomph, a little bit of just get on with it really. But other than that, we're done. Enough of me waffling. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far into the video, please like and subscribe. Please follow me on social media. Just Google Retro Tech Ralph, you'll find me eventually. And if you want to donate something to the channel, please get in touch. There are links, comment in the comments section, comments, there's an email address if you want to get in touch with me. If not, comment on comments, I don't know, Facebook, Twitter, and get in touch and see what's what. If not, just say hello. If you don't want to donate anything, just say hello. Consider being a patron as well. If it just helps the channel a little bit. I'm not asking for billions, just I don't know, you don't have to be, just watch the videos and I'll enjoy that anyway. So thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.